traffic jam is on now.
Now, this is, it's funny that I went to the High School of Art and Design, right?
And I failed. No, I didn't fail. Yeah, no, I did fail. I did fail because I'm not an artist. They wanted you to do an art.
Yeah.
Right, and
yeah.
I wasn't good at art, but I still wanted to be in that school and around the surroundings of that. But so I wound up going to Bayside High School.
Oh, you went to Bayside? Okay. But but as far as fashion, what I've seen, what I always felt was scary, even to this day, that fashion tend to be very trendy, right? Like if you get into it, it'll change at any minute. Like
yes and no.
Okay.
See, fashion there are trends in fashion, but the staples keeps you in business.
Mm-hmm.
The trends is the hype, it's the marketing.
Okay.
The trend, the trend is the marketing. That's the marketing, right? The person wearing the trend is the advertising.
Mm-hmm. Okay. So it goes to.
So someone will turn around and go, "Wow, I want that," because someone of stature wore it, right? They can't get that because that's $1,500 or whatever, or priced out of their budget. But they can get the other one, the cheaper one, and that's the one that everyone buys.
Okay. So with fashion, is the goal to, like, because you see a lot of all these European or foreign, is the goal with your brand, if you're here in the state, is to go international?
That's a natural. Once your brand gets known to the point that it goes international, you have something.
Okay.
A lot of people don't look at overseas because they can't grasp overseas. You know, it takes a lot. It's because, again, when it comes to brands, you have to have a trademark overseas, and that costs hundreds of thousands of dollars to make sure you have a trademark and to fight the trademark overseas. So that's why you don't see a lot of people overseas in that way.
It's more expensive to do a trademark overseas than here?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
So you got to fight it all over the world, and we spend hundreds of thousands of dollars a year fighting our trademark.
Oh, okay.
Right. So it's not, the average business, fashion business that starts, they don't have that kind of capital. They're not doing that kind of numbers to be able to warrant, doing that. And then after a while, if they do get bigger, they get to a point where they are bigger. By then, somebody overseas saw them and was like, "Oh wow, this might be the next thing. I'm going to go off and take that trademark." So then, because there's a couple of brands out there that they're huge, and overseas somebody has a trademark.
Okay.
And so they can make stuff, but it's like, what? You can't do nothing. You can't touch me. I own the trademark.
You're watching the Traffic Jam.
And that's going back to your business. So let me go back to one more thing that you want to do. The 3 things of business, pillars of business, or questions of business, how you're supposed to start. This time of day. Now, when I first started, we didn't have this, but now you get your 3 things in order. 3 things you need to have in order. Trademark, your IP, or IP, meaning, well, not trademark, sorry. Trademark, not IP, your website, URL, and your business. Now, you can do DBA as whatever, but at least you have your corporation, or if you don't have a corporation, you have DBA, there's all sorts of, we're not going to get into the mechanics of what's better or what's not better, or, if you want to, as far as, constructing a business, but at least your business is done. Once you have your business done, then next, make sure you have your trademark, and then and when you have your trademark, you have to have it in commerce, and then so you can actually get the trademark. A lot of people don't know that until it's time to do it. And then also your URL. So if you don't have all three of those things, or really mostly two, right? You have to do that before you actually start. Once you get all those things, parameters together, and you find out that you're ready to start, that's the first thing. The third thing you do is make sure you have your URL and your either corporation or if not, and your business.
So you're saying URL or website? Why is it
URL website same thing?
Okay.
URL, your actual URL, because think about this. What I'm going to say is, for instance, if it's FUBU, right? I wanted to say I started today and I wanted to start a company called FUBU. And everybody's like, what are you talking about? It's never going to work. Okay, all right, fine. I did went through that. All right, now I'm ready to start. I go online, I go to GoDaddy, I get my URL. Well, no, before that, I go to uspto.gov for the trademark. First things first, trademark, right? Trademark's available. Okay, we'll stop right there. I open up another browser. I make sure the URL is available. I get the URL. The URL is super cheap. It's not going to kill you, right? But now a couple of $100 is for, a bit of a classification you're going to get for uspto.gov. That, it's a little more hasty when it comes to a new business. So you make sure you have the URL first, and then you go and get your trademark. And then for that, then you can open up a company. It doesn't really matter what you open up. You can open it up as, the world is mine, and then do DBA as whatever you need to do. So it's not a problem.
Okay.
But that's last for us.
Okay.
But that's, that it's, I don't want to say that either one is either stronger or the other, because they all need to coexist with each other.
You're watching The Traffic Jam.
So I thought that if you just paste it all over your social media, like I've always heard that it's very important that you have a website, right? Is that more important than your social media?
Well, see, now I argue a lot of times on social media or on apps like Clubhouse and things like that. I say anytime somebody gets up, and talks, the first thing they talk about is their IG. And I'm like, I don't want to hear about your IG. I don't give a rat's about your IG. Who the hell cares? That is nothing but marketing and advertising. And part branded, because it's still words or words. And I say, because again, today's business, right, is done through websites.
Okay.
Brick and mortar. And today's group of business entrepreneurs, they don't like brick and mortar. They think brick and mortar is dead, period. But they've been saying TV's dead for ages. Nothing is ever dead. It just it's a renaissance. It just goes round and round and round. Everything's a renaissance. You can't reinvent the wheel. Right? There's always going to be something where it's a tangible store, something. Now, how big it is different. Again, they said clubs are dead. I remember people, clubs are dead. Okay, well, there's still the club. It's smaller, but it's still a club.
Yes.
So, okay, it turned into a lounge. Is it still a club? Do you still go out and dance? Do you still go do something? Is it still cabaret? Do you still drink? It's still a club. So again, TV in its quote unquote form, it's always going to be around. It's just how it's going to be around. Yes. So I think what people do is that they hear so much and it dictates them their thinking without looking at why someone's actually saying that. They just see the answer, but they don't the answer to the text. They don't see how you got to that answer. I always say this, I use this phrase that I came up with, not that it's the greatest thing in the world, but everyone looks at the shiny object, but nobody understands how that damn object got shiny.
Yeah.
I want to know how it got shiny. I don't care that it's shiny.
You're watching The Traffic Jam.
So you have a book out, because I want to plug your business. You have a book up. What else do you have coming out, or that's
Well,
out there?
One, the book Building Empire. Prior to that, I have a book called Money Makes Me Crazy, which is still available to buy on Amazon. And if you go to my site,jalexandermartin.com, you can always keep up with me at the letter J, alexandermartin.com. You can keep up to all the things I'm doing. I'm actually I might want to do a simple plug. I'm part of this new football network. I'm in football league. It's called, Fan Control Football.
Okay.
And I'm a strategic advisor plus shareholder in it. And it's launching in February. It's what it really means, fan control. Basically, the fans have control of every play. They control the aspect of the game. There's a few teams, celebrity teams, FCF.io. If anybody wants to look it up and join, it's great. It's a great thing. I mean, think about it now. No more Monday morning quarterback, because you could actually tell them what to do today. You know what I mean? So, have that going on. My partners, Keith Perrin, he has FUBU Radio, which is doing very well. It's on iHeartRadio. Carl, he has the hotel division, which is kind of on hold right now because of the virus, but he's opening up 3 hotels, 2 in New York, 1 in Miami. And then I have the television division, which I've just cut deals with quite a few people. So within the next few weeks, you should start seeing that in a big way. OTT, linear, and digital platforms on all the OTT digital and linear platforms. So we just tied our tag team with a gentleman. I guess I could say that. No, I can't say that. A gentleman that I just hired to be president of it. I'll take a CEO role, and we're looking to really go. We did a deal with Discovery for some of our as well, and we're just trying to make it happen. I do a lot of things. Outside of that, as far as charity, I'm with I'm president of the New York State Black Chamber of Commerce. I'm on the board of the National Black Chamber of Commerce. I work with the Urban League, young professionals. I was, prior to this, toured around the world, or toured around, the U.S. rather. But I toured around the world with not Urban League, with the Chamber of Commerce, but with the Urban League, I toured around different states, teaching them about entrepreneurship and the like. So a lot of projects, a lot of things. I'm always out there. Follow me, A Fashion Mind on IG, Twitter, J Alexander M, the letter J Alexander M, Clubhouse.
You're watching The Traffic Jam.
Man, it's been a pleasure, man. The wealth, and I know we can go on like this is a master class. I'm learning at the same time, man. I'm sitting here with Jay Alexander of the legendary, iconic fashion brand FUBU, brother. Thank you, man, for just taking out your time.
You're watching The Traffic Jam.
I'm going to show you next 2 sets of actually triceps. We're going to stay here, almost straight. The little tips that I always give: keep your back straight, tie your core, and keep your arm near your heel. You see here? You can get them close and bring them down. As you hear, just elevate. Always slow. 3, the little tips about the hand on the heel is to avoid to have your arm going everywhere. 3, 4, 5. Last 2 here.
This is the Traffic Jam.